Good morning guys, welcome to Flory Models Daily Vlog. Here we are on Tuesday, the 16th of October 2018. Wow, a very busy few days to tell you the truth. Friday right off the bat, extremely busy, up very early, sorting everything out. I have vlogged it, which you'll see in a little bit later. But yeah, a massive big weekend, a lot of driving. The weather was awful, to be honest, here in the UK. We had a storm come through, we had flooding around here, the roads were horrendous driving up, but it was totally worth it. We had an amazing time at the weekend. Thank you to everybody who came and saw us at Bovington. Again, it's one of those places where there's just so much, and this is one of the things I think it in some ways works against it as a model show, because there's just so much around it. It sort of almost detracts from all the modelling type stuff, because you're like there and you're like, oh, it's a nice tank. There's the real thing, you know. So actually we had Matt's Firefly, as we've got one right in front of me, and as I say, we had the Crocodile, we've got the Churchill, we've got all these different tanks all around us, and it's just absolutely spoilt for references and stuff like that. So yes, it's very hard not to turn into being a rivet counter when you've got the real thing right in front of you and you're looking at the model going, okay. So anyway, but it was really a lot of fun. So today, to be honest, I've been down here since just before 9 o'clock, going through it all. We got back quite late last night, after obviously being up at Milton Keynes to have a word with Hobby Co, get some great kits, which you'll see in a little bit later on as well. So at the moment I am catching up on emails, all 118 of them that I've come back to, and that's proper emails, not just the chaff. We got rid of those already, so I'm working my way through them. Obviously, usual thing, if you've got subscriptions, stuff like that, leave it with me, I'll sort it out. As soon as I've done this, which I'll probably be another couple of hours sorting this out, then I'm going to go off and do your orders, and then obviously we can get those out, and then hopefully tomorrow I'll get a normal day in before it all starts again, where I've got to drive then up to Matt. So we're going to go up to the unit, take you up to the unit, see what's going on up there, and then obviously Friday morning bright and early we're going to be flying over to Eindhoven for the show over there at the weekend as well. So yeah, it's a mad week. I did warn everybody this next couple of weeks are going to be absolutely full on. Get past Telford, obviously you'll get some normality into this one. But anyway, first off, let's have a look and see it all started on Friday. Hello, good morning, welcome to Flory Models Daily Vlog. Here we are on Friday the 12th of October. I don't know if you can hear it, but we got a bit of a storm coming through. The trouble we've got is today, it is lashing it down here. They're on about giving us something like 120 mil of rain today, but it's pretty horrible here, bleak and not nice, and it's tipping it down. So you got the usual trouble. I've got to do the orders in the unit, because that's where all the stock is, as you guys all know, and then I've got to get it from there into the carport, where hopefully the car will keep it dry, and everything else like that. So that's the sort of the plan for this morning. That's the studio behind it, if anyone's ever wondered. So that's the plan really for this morning, is to get everything loaded up. I've got the stock. Obviously Matt now carries a lot of our stock, but I've got to get a restock to him. I've also got to pack the models, which I thought I'd share with you, because obviously you're going to take the P40 with us, and then obviously I was going to take a couple more just to have a look around and everything else. But the weather is definitely against us. I feel for Matt, because Matt's having to drive down from Doncaster, which is going to be a good 5-hour run in the van coming down through this. We're hoping that this might blow through by around about 3 o'clock this afternoon down in this part of the world, but obviously then it's heading north, and then there's more rain expected Saturday. And where we're going isn't the nicest drive in the world, shall we say. It is in a bit of nowhere, the Bovington Tank Museum. So this is technically the Friday vlog, and then what we're going to do is I'm going to vlog this throughout the next 3 days, because obviously today we're doing setup and driving over to obviously the Tank Museum, set up the stand and everything, so it's all ready for the show for the weekend. It's a 2-day show, so we'll vlog that as well. And then actually what we'll do is then take you with us, because on Monday we would have got to go up and see Hobby Co, which is Tamiya, Taglieri and things like that, and we got a meeting with them, and then I come back. So it's going to be a full on, it's been a race, I must admit. I was up on midnight doing Santas and stuff last night to keep in touch. Right, Lo, is it wet? Yeah. Someone doesn't like the rain very much, do you? Although she does stand in it, stupidly enough. What is it with dogs? Lo, get out the rain, you'll get wet. Right, so let's get on to what I'm going to do. Start with, I'm going to do your orders, get those all up to date, so I can take them with me on the way as we leave, and we can put them obviously off to the post office as we make out. We're probably going to leave here around about 1:30, so I'm going to do the orders, come back with you, we'll talk about packing models, and then we'll go from there. Hello, welcome back. So here we are. This is behind the scenes of Bovington. Definitely not as posh as it is inside. So we have been setting up. So back way in. So yes, as I say, this is where Tiger used to live. There's the Russian tea over here. We've got quite a cool little area because this is us. Welcome to the Flory Models area. We are setting up. We can see there's the gang. Okay, so we are down here. A very nice bit of hardware. Flory Models bit. We got another table to go up as well. A couple of the models I brought along. Steve's very nice Chally as well, and we are here. Obviously PM is here in force, as you might imagine. Great load of stock, pretty much everything. And then we've invented a new game called Stocking Up the Paint Rack. How's it going, everyone?
Oh yeah,
Brilliant, brilliant.
Exciting.
Hundreds of fun.
See? Becky, stop running away. So yes, that's about it. We've set up. Sorry we didn't vlog it a little bit before, but I'll be honest with you, the weather was absolutely horrendous back at home. It was driving rain, blowing a gale, and if I got the camera out, it would have just got covered in water as we were loading up and everything else like that. Needless to say, we're here, we've set up. The time now is 3:45, which is about going, so I think another half an hour will be set down there, and then obviously this evening we'll be finding a nice quiet pub for some food and relaxing, and then tomorrow full at it. I'm going to be doing demos and all the usual bits and pieces you can imagine, and yeah, so I'm absolutely knackered now. It's lugging this lot around. Hello then guys, here we are again. Great day. It's now 4 o'clock. We're all absolutely knackered. Been very busy. Matt's been really busy down there as well. John's been busy. So what I thought I'd do now is take you for a little bit of a guided walk round. Well, not guided so much, blind leading the blind. But I thought we could have a little look round. So I'm thinking best place to start. Let's go this way.
Kelly's got an interview on Monday. So I hope, or an interview on Monday, so hopefully, I think so, yeah. Really?
No.
You didn't bring him.
Does he want to come?
He didn't want to come. He's a boring old fart. Tell him he's a boring old fart.
No, we took him.
I call it Papa Nicole. Papa Nicole? She's upset that he's sort of master box to the figures you need. Yeah, I know, yeah. Yeah. Not Barbie and Ken. Yeah. Yeah. Like someone
I
saying,
do wonder what master box are on sometimes.
yeah, I mean, what it is, you've got the stereo, you've got the girl hitchhiking, then you've got a girl asleep in the back of a truck. All you need now is these sort of like you parked up truck in a shallow grave.
Where does your bloody mind go?
It wasn't my idea, someone mentioned it.
We're going to start calling you Clarkson.
Don't forget the dog peeing up the tyre.
Oh,
They do that one now. Yeah.
We're going to get fame now.
Yes. There we go.
We're going to be on YouTube.
Yes, you will.
Oh yeah, that means
I'll bleep that. That's fine. That's fine. I'll bleep it.
Tuesday. Club £3.
Yeah, they'll be on Tuesday. Get back and edit it. Lovely.
back somehow.
Usually the military stuff is phones. They used to use them for pulling 360.
You're fine. So how long did it take?
About 2 years.
Is that all? Actually, I thought it would be a lot more.
I had approximately 2 years, maybe a bit more. I'm not sure. It's about 6-year-old then.
Yeah.
6-year-old.
No, that's fantastic.
Thank you.
Lovely work. And transporting it?
Yeah, back my van. I just told the chap earlier on doing I had to wait past the van when I first started making it. I always make a board,
Yeah.
hit the van.
That's it, yeah.
So all of a sudden that van went and didn't have too long when I got down.
Oh, no.
So knew it was coming down behind, so I started up doing, but I know the security screen and some of the vans.
Yeah, yeah.
As ever, just cut a very great big hole again, just to get that in about
That much.
inch and a half, 2
Oh,
inches, that's all it was.
Oh, well.
So that had to be done, so
Definitely worth it, though.
yeah.
Beautiful work. Congratulations.
Execution. I will move to next position. All orders from Alpha Bravo move together to join.
Target, gunner, summer action, summer third. On! Mark! Target, stop! Well done. Join up, advance 600 yards down the hill and move up behind that block. Hell Station is taken to 1. Moving forward to next position.
Yeah, yeah.
Here he is. Our very own Barry. Good show.
Yeah, it's been good today.
Very good.
servos
cheaper,
too.
yeah. You're gonna
And
get
the
people
receiver
on.
basically
Oh,
takes
oh,
the
yeah.
case
Why would it go back to the finish?
So I've got a BMD 1P made by Skid.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah. And Mark's making that for me.
Ah, okay.
He's volunteered to do it.
Oh, wow. Very good.
And I hadn't done this one. And I saw it on the shop, I thought, why don't I make it? So that's what I did.
Very good. What do you think of the kits? I think they're pretty good.
I think they're very, very good.
Yeah, good.
When they first started, they were a bit but some of the stuff that they're producing now.
Recently, yeah.
So the first supposed kit I built was the BTR-80A,
Ah, right, yeah.
and the only criticism
Right, breathe everyone, it's fine.
Coming to a YouTube channel near you soon.
Very possible on Tuesday. Lovely stand, guys.
Not really. She's still got a heat pump. Next week.
Flory, how are you, sir?
You alright? All good?
You know your model watches?
Yes?
They're on that.
Are they?
Yeah.
Lots of it.
Yeah. Plenty on there.
Yeah, Phil, you made a fundamental error when
Yes.
Steve, do you want me to jump in? We're still going to go behind.
I'll go in behind her.
No,
if you
stand
want.
that touch, make sure lady comes in, that's be awkward. Then,
Hello.
and there's Le Cameraire.
Thank you. Hello and welcome.
I'll get the easy side.
Tim, can't and someone says cut. One shot Flory.
Linked together.
Yes.
You been in before?
A few times.
Good, yeah. August as well. I should sit there.
Yeah, that's it.
Many a happy hour. Sitting there firing the gun.
How are you meant to see where you're going?
You don't.
You
You're
don't.
Gunner. All you
That's
need
me.
to see.
I do that
All you
job.
need to see is what you're shooting at.
I can't even see what it's meant.
All you need to see, you just look through there.
Yeah. No, I didn't like this quiz.
Yeah.
You've got all the numbers and
Yeah.
letters.
that's what they, without the computer, but if you use a computer it helps, it doesn't do it for you. But as a gunner, that's your view of the world.
Bloody hell.
And obviously the gun normally is there,
Yeah.
it's flat, and it moves up and down automatically.
Loud.
No, it's not. It's
it not?
You can fire the gun inside without headsets on.
Yeah.
You're supposed to wear them, but you can, because the noise is outside. If you're outside when it fires, it deafens you. But inside, you don't really hear anything. Well, you do, but it's not as loud as you would think inside.
Compact and BUA.
It's amazing.
Kettle.
Say the most important thing.
BV, as it's known, boiling vessel, official name. Every single armoured, it used to be every tank, but every armoured vehicle in the British Army has at least one of these now. It used to sit in a tray there, and you basically plug it into the electrical system, put water in it, and in about 10 minutes you've got hot water for a brew.
Wow.
You can also put your food in there, because you open the top and it holds 4 tins. So you put your tins in there, again, plug it in, switch it on, hot food, you ain't got to worry about cooking. And what it doesn't have is no heater, there's no cooling system, there's no toilet. So yeah, all peculiar to the British Army. But
That's amazing.
ammunition is here. There's also various other places. This is what they refer to as a Hesh round. It's there, 17.5 kilograms. High explosive.
So how many people would you have in here?
3, as we are now.
All right.
So you got those, and the little one here is what's known as a Sabo round. No explosive in this. It just goes very quickly, and that bit's made of tungsten, and it will just smash its way through. New one is what this pointy one here, which is referred to as a fin round, but its technical name is a long rod penetrator.
Well, hey.
So, but it's basically a dart, either tungsten or depleted uranium versions. So they just punch holes in.
So crew of 4. There's another poor one who sits in the front.
On his own.
On his sod, yeah.
And loved and
In
washed.
the front.
In the front, there's another compartment in the
He's
front.
down there.
Yeah.
He's in front and below us. He's in his own cab.
So he's technically under the gun as it points out the front. So
Wow.
So,
This is so cool.
I mean, the Challenger 2, the modern tank, is basically the same layout. It's it's actually a bit more cramped because they put more kit in it. But yeah, this is actually quite roomy for a tank. Believe it or not.
It's a condition and a half, isn't it, being in one of these?
As I said, people, it beats walking and it carried your beer.
I say, and it's when everything was shut, that must be, it's really claustrophobic,
Yeah,
isn't
it can be.
Even when you're just sat in it knowing it's not going to move, it's really
it can be.
claustrophobic.
Yeah, I had to get out a couple
But it gets really hot in it.
Winter, it's really cold, but bearing in mind these are in Germany. Winters in Germany, you're looking at about minus 18, 19. No heating system. It's metal, so it's actually colder in here than it is outside.
Yeah, I bet.
And you'll stick to it. Summer, there is a blower system, but it wasn't particularly good. It drew the air in off the engine, so you can sometimes just blow in warm air in. So it tended to be the reverse way round. Hot in the summer, cold in the winter. Of course, nowadays they have air conditioning units. Kids today.
yeah, see, don't know they're born.
But yeah, this is.
And welcome. This is it. Finished. All going very quiet. Fantastic 2-day show here at Bovington Tank Museum. Again, it's one of those shows which is evolving, getting better and better, and hopefully we can help along the way and turn it into something really special, because it's a great venue, it's got a great atmosphere here, and even this afternoon it got really busy, which obviously on a 2-day show, notoriously, the second day. Here he is. PM, thank you very much to everybody who bought from us.
Yes, thank you very much.
We do have to thank you for that.
Yes,
We've had a fantastic couple of days. So loading up, packing up, and then we got a nice long drive to Milton Keynes, which is like the capital of the universe, apparently. You enjoyed it, John?
Fantastic.
That's it. Less knackered. Everyone's tired, and we've got a massive long drive ahead. So anyway, we will be it for now, and we'll catch up with you probably over the next day or so.
Yeah, see if we can vlog from.
Yeah, we'll see if we can let us go from Hobbyco. If we can, we'll vlog from Hobbyco again to give you a quick run through the showroom, see if it's changed. Doubt it, but you never know. So anyway, that's it from us. Thank you very much. We will see you again. Happy modelling. Take care. Bye. Loads of your orders. Literally, I'm going to have 2 huge big backfuls to go out, because actually I'm a day behind. Normally, as you say, we've got Mondays in here as well. So apologies if your order is a day late. Obviously, I am doing them as we speak, as fast as we can. So obviously, after we did the show, which was amazing, it took a little bit of clear up to get out of there. It's bit muddy around the back and everything else. And then we had a nice, was it 2.5, 3 hour trip up to Milton Keynes in the lashing rain, in the dark. It wasn't, and it's not a nice route either to take, going from down deep south, down in there, all the way up over to Milton Keynes. But we got there eventually, and to be honest, we just crashed and died. We didn't get back to the hotel till around about 10 o'clock. And then we're up bright and early to have a look around. Now the thing is, as we've seen, I've shown you videos before as us having a look around and going through and all those areas. So hopefully you've got a few photos coming up now. It's huge, it's big, it's impressive. John hadn't been there before, and obviously we had John with us, and he literally was like a kid in a candy store. It is one of those amazing places to see, but it is an operational business. You just can't go around in there. Obviously it's trade, it's an open fair, things like that. But we did manage to have a look around the actual showroom, and we got some new things in there. Haven't got it in yet, but we are told it will be in before Christmas, and that is the brand new Spitfire. Okay, so it's the Mark 1A. It looks gorgeous and fantastic, and obviously it's Tamiya's latest release, goes along after now with the G6, and obviously upgrades their older version of it as well. It looks stunning. I can't wait to get to my hands on it. But as you can see in the photos, hopefully down in here, the size and scope of the place, it's very, very impressive. You can see here the haul. This is me and Matt's haul that we actually got and took around. So that is now back up at the unit. Matt will be putting it in stock this week before we go off to Eindhoven at the end of the week, so you can grab those as well. Some of those ones, to be honest, have got a few little dented boxes, so we've got them at a discounted prices because they've got some dented boxes, so we can pass those ones on to you as well. When they were saying dented boxes, trust me, it's minimal, tiny little creases, the odd little sort of, you know, bent corner, things like that. It's nothing horrendous. So we've got a load of those as well, so hopefully we're going to have an area up on the site very, very soon that basically just says slightly damaged boxes, things like that. The contents are 100% fine, and to be honest, most shops, I assure you, will sell them as new as it is, but obviously we've got them at a discounted price and we'll just pass them on to you. So obviously as we're going around this entire complex, we went into the tool section, so I grabbed a handful of tools to have a look at, and obviously over Tool Tuesday, over the next few weeks, we're going to be showing you all of those. So now we can have a look at today's tool. Hello and welcome to Tool Time Tuesday. So as you know, obviously yesterday and that, we were up at Hobbyco having a rummage around their warehouse, which, to be honest, it's one of those things where you never knew how much was out there until you have a look. And the thing is, over the last few weeks, we've been talking about different tools we've been using, and obviously the reasons why you change, and some of the reasons why you might want to change. Okay, so down here below you can see a bit of a selection we've got, and over the next few weeks we will be looking at them. So we've got down here a punch tool and spare bits. Okay, another one is a good old classic, which is a paint stirrer, which we will talk about. Another one is different types of scissors and the reason we use those as well. And another one is these. Okay, so this is your Tamiya Craft benders, number 84 in the great scheme of things. Normally it's taken from this number over here, so it's 74084. We call it 84. Now, the reason I wanted to talk about these is I haven't used these before because I use these. Okay, but there is a problem, and I don't know how well you can see it, but if you look at the end, you can see daylight through the end there. They've actually splayed apart. Also, when I'm coming in and I'm clamping together, I do find that it does cross. Now, to be honest with you, I bent these back the other day. I actually got hold of them and bent them, because these long ones, although they're great because they're flat, okay, which is no problem at all, you've got the angles for bending over, I do find that when you come in and you've got a small end at the here, they come apart. Now, you might notice as well, there's a bit, it's like flat here, there's a gap, there's actually a gap here, then it goes flat and so forth and so on with these things. And that's the problem, because it's not a perfect clamp, it doesn't hold them. Now, the reason for that could be my own making, as in I've gripped things that are far too hard for it, applied too much pressure. At the end of the day, metal's metal, it will bend. And I think what's happened here at the end, I've held something a little bit too big in here and I've bitten down on it, and it's actually bent the sort of the plier end of it apart, which is obviously never a good thing. Anyway, I was talking about it to the guys, and they were all saying they've had exactly the same thing, and that's why they've got these. So whilst I was in there, I did grab a pack of this. Okay, and to be honest, you can have a small read through if you want. That's basically, we all know what it's going to do. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll just pull the back out of these, get the staple out, okay, and then we can just slide this out of the way and have a look. Now the reason the guys were telling me to go for these was, one is, as you can see, the nib is a lot thinner. It's still as flat, but because it's thinner, it's got a better bite than these. Okay, so to be honest, they are exactly the same as we can see down in here. It's just one is a longer version than the other. It's called the mini version. Okay, and again, this is what they were saying, is that it's got a nicer, stronger bite to it, so when you're grabbing hold of photo etch, you don't have any problems with it, and it's less likely to bend at the end. Also, the nicer thing is because it's flat and it goes to more of a point than the bigger ones do, you can get in and do some sort of finer bending and things like that. So what I thought we would do is grab a little bit of photo etch from the scratch building department, of which I have absolute tons. Okay, and just have a look at some general day-to-day type things. Now I've got some spare sprues of it. I'm just digging out. I always keep all my old frets. The trouble is they grip together like crazy. So we've got some old stuff down in here. We've got the thicker one. Obviously this is the Tamiya stuff. Does tend to be a little bit thicker, and we got some nice Edar ones down in here. So what we'll do is we'll just nip some of this off and have a little bit of a sort of bend round with it, just to see how it works on bigger items, because obviously we know it's going to work well with smaller items, but how well is it going to work with bigger stuff? Okay, so we got it down in here. So technically we probably would have a bend along here. There's no run line to go to, but I want to see how well it is at doing bigger items. So traditionally we would pop this in here, and then we could fold it up, and we can see we've got a very nice clean bend. And then if you were doing it the same from the other side. Okay. And as you can see, that's made a perfect bend in there, even though it's a smaller item. Now traditionally I might come along with this guy, you see, and run it the entire length of it. The trouble that I've always had, and it's working here, you might see I'm biting down on this, but actually this part's coming out because it's not gripping at all here. You might see also it's now gone to this crossed over look. You might see how I've actually got an edge on here, so technically it's not in perfect alignment. So if you're trying to grip it, this is literally, it's not being bitten. You can probably see it's coming out, and that's when you can have problems, because you could put it in there, then you go to bend it and you come along like this and you outward bend it, and then you suddenly realise you've done this because it isn't in there. Alright, so that is, I'm not saying these are rubbish and, you know, get rid of them all, but I'm just saying this is the problems I've been having with these larger ones. And again, it's probably down to misusage, but if you're coming in, you're biting down on it, I think what I've done is bent these slightly apart. But the crossover has always been a bugbear, because you place it down and you might notice, you can see it on the edge here, you think it's square, and actually it's more like this. This is how exaggerating it bends over, but you fend it over and it's not good. This allegedly gets rid of that said problem. So then that way you can just pop it in. And to be honest, because it's smaller, I think you're probably going to work it a little bit better. Okay, so if that was down in there, let's just assume this one is a bend and a fold up. Because it's got a smaller little nib as well, it's easier if we just take this little area, this little corner, say, it's easier and more precise to get into the smaller, tinier turns than perhaps the big ones. Okay, and again, if we just wanted to get in here, for instance, to come in this little corner down in here, that's made a perfect corner because it's so small. Yet this guy, I don't think, we couldn't. You can see the problem. You can't actually get the nose in there to do it, but this got a tiny little nose and it fitted right in the corner. So yeah, so there we go. So that's really my little thing for today, that these ones being smaller, it's easier to manipulate and move the photo etch into smaller areas than the big ones. And again, you always think, go big or go home. I'm a great believer in buying big and better and everything else. But sometimes I actually think this might be better. Also, you know, just from a point of view, these ones I've had for years, it feels it's quite firm, these in the grip. It's just a bit of sponge. It's not like a proper spring or, you know, some bit of metal in there that's on a spring. This is just a piece of rubber, but it works really, really well. But it is nice to have a smaller type of unit just to get in here. And I assume like little jobs like here, if we wanted to bend this into alignment as well, we can just straighten it, and you can see how we just fixed this one running along. Getting a big one, I don't know quite how well we get in there. You see, you'd have trouble getting in and bending it round and stuff like that. But being small and perfectly formed, I definitely think is more of a help than a hindrance here. So let's just see if we do one more little job. I just want to see if we can get this one over and in. And then again, very nice indeed. And because we've got this little area on the end here, we can just pop that in with no problems whatsoever. And if we did, let's just, for argument's sake now, yeah, there we go. You see, you could just bend all this around and do all your photo etch. But again, always bugged me the reason I couldn't get hold of things. And sometimes when you hold on to photo etch and you come along like this and you've got it, and then all of a sudden it just slides out and it drops down, and because it hasn't got enough bite to it. So the guys were all pointing out to me, this is where we want to go. And to be honest, having a play now, I can definitely see the better side of it. And then when you're dealing with this type of stuff, if we just pull out this little guy down in here, for instance, because it's smaller, it's easier to get into the said alignments. Okay, so we can just pop this in, and then with this one, I don't know which way this will bend, but we'll just come along. And we can again, the spring is very nice, and we can just pop these in and go like that. I don't know if it does go that way, by the way, before everyone starts shouting at the screen. I haven't got a clue. All right, but there we go. This is these. So this is Tamiya's Craft Tools, number 84. This is the smaller one, which I recommend over the bigger one, because longevity and living with it. I think the big one is just beginning to fail me. You can see it's a part at the end. Again, it's one of those, yes, I'm sure we could put a little bit of pressure, but as soon as you do, you lose the distortion. But I just find these a little bit big and over the top, which has always been a bugbear with them. And the guys are saying, this is where you want to go. And having just done that with it, and just had a little play with that, I can actually see these becoming the plier of option. Thing is, don't do what I do. Don't get hold of heavy duty bits of metal. It is designed for photo etch. It is a precision tool. Don't come in there. If you've got anything else, use pliers and stuff like that. But it's all too easy just to grab these and think, oh, I'll just bend this. If it's too strong, you're obviously going to ruin your tools as well. So every tool has a job in this one. So obviously for this point of view, we're going to be using the number 84 bending pliers. So there we go. That's us for Tool Tuesday today. Still a mouthful to say all that. Happy modelling. Take care, and I'll see you again really soon.